Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your friend Drew Wheeler here with a new project, Survival of the Fittest. So I had this idea to do a tournament of Survivor. I'm going to break it down for you really quickly before we get into the first season. Essentially, the thought is we're going to have 11 seasons of Survivor featuring 16 returning players who have not won. Each of these winners from these seasons is going to go on to a final season of 16 players. So we're going to have 11 seasons, 11 winners are going to go on to the final 16. Every runner-up of the season, plus the highest ranked, I believe it'll be 5, who have an average score of least votes over their season, most immunity idols found, most individual immunities won, and the most votes to win the game. Those persons are going to qualify for that 12th play-in season as well. So we'll have kind of the best of the non-winners of the first 11. And then on top of those, we're going to have 3 non-returnee winners who are female, 3 non-returnee male winners. So essentially, if a winner won their season and then has not returned, they are eligible for my random draw for the final 3 male and female spots. So it's going to be an 18-player season for the final championship, the tournament final. Right now we're just doing play-ins, though, and that's how we're going to do that. So nobody who has won previously. We will have players that have played multiple times. It's not just single-shot players. Also, I did make the ruling that I'm not going to have players from Survivor 45. So just because I don't know how that season's going to go yet, and rather than risk any of them, or even using the people that have been voted out thus far, I didn't want to run the risk, so we're not even going to go there. But anyway, Survival of the Fittest. This is the first tournament of 11. We're going to get right into it with the Sobre tribe and the Vivente tribe as we get ready to proceed with the first group. All right. So we have a twist right off bat. Each tribe selects who they think will be the biggest liability based on first impressions alone. All right. Cassidy votes for Ken. Gabby votes for Sammy. Haley votes for Matt. Janet votes for Sammy. Jesse votes for Gabby. Ken votes for Gabby. So that's 2 for Gabby, 2 for Sammy, 2 left. Matt votes for Jesse. Sammy votes for Ken. So 2 for Gabby, 2 for Ken, 2 for Sammy. I guess we're going to go to rocks to determine who's selected here for the biggest liability. And Sammy is apparently the biggest liability on the Sobre tribe. On the Vivente tribe, Chrissy votes for Natalie. Eric votes for Natalie. No surprise there. Eric says Natalie is a liability. Jamie votes for Jay. James votes for Natalie. Jay votes for Eric. 3-1-1. Natalie votes for Jamie. Nora votes for Jay. Shane votes for Natalie. So the biggest liability is Natalie. Sammy and Natalie will be airlifted to their tribe camps. At camp, they have 2 options. They can look for an idol that gives them immunity at the first vote or get a head start on their shelter. Already interesting for both Sammy and Natalie, who are going to be in an interesting position as we jump off. Sammy chooses to look for the idol and finds it. Natalie chooses to look for the idol and finds it. So already off the jump, Sammy and Natalie with idols. Very impressive. We'll see what happens as they go forward. On the Sobre tribe, the hidden immunity idol is currently hidden. Sammy has immunity. And then in addition, by the luck of the draw, and I should have mentioned this at the jump, all of these tribes were randomized. Didn't pit any of these people together, didn't align any of these people. If people played together or were in notorious alliances, I gave them alliances based on that, though, just because they've had the edge of playing together. And ironically, you have 3 big players from Survivor 43, Cassidy, Jesse, and Sammy, all on the Sobre tribe. So those 3 are loosely aligned at the moment. Sammy looking double protected. At the Vivente tribe, the Vivente idol was hidden. Natalie, of course, has immunity. And then speaking of Natalie and the Black Widow Brigade, 2 of their victims aligned, Eric and James. We've also seen them both called two of the dumbest survivors, or two of the ones that have made dumb survivor moves in history. So they are aligned as well. Curious what will happen with those two. All right, immunity challenge on the first episode, a river, run through it. 6 members of each tribe will race across a series of sandhills into a river to retrieve a raft of puzzle planks. All 6 members return with the raft. The planks are untied, taken back to the start line. 2 remaining ones assemble the planks into a staircase. Once it's at the top, 2 tribes work together. The members work together to navigate a peg through a table maze, releases the flag. And the Vivente tribe wins immunity. They also win Flint. Lots of very strong challenge people on this tribe, so that's not necessarily a surprising result. And Sobre tribe is going to be going to tribal council. Okay, so at the Sobre camp, Jesse finds the hidden immunity idol. Sammy also is immune, so 2 of those 43 alliance are immune. Ken impressing the rest of the team. And Gabby is casually medevaced due to an injury on day 1. So I guess we're not going to tribal as Gabby has been medevaced. That is unfortunate. Eric and Jay find something in common. It has a lasting impact. Jay is also impressing the rest of the team. Jay Starr for Millennials versus Gen X. Natalie is immune from her first tribal council. Gabby no longer in the game. No tribal council. So there you go. Moving to episode 2. We are at the Sobre tribe. We have 1 less, obviously. Gabby voted out, and we're going to move forward there. Nothing much going on at the Sobre tribe here. At the Vivente tribe, nothing much going on, although James did bump up in loyalty to Eric. Basket brawl. Retrieve a ball, throw it into your tribe's net to score a point, and Vivente wins that challenge. So they get to send 1 player from the losers to Exile Island. They choose Janet, and then Janet can pick one from the winning tribe to go to Exile and chooses Nora. So 2 Island of the Idols players will be on Exile Island together. That's interesting for sure. Janet and Nora on Exile Island, 2 urns. One contains an idol clue, the other the option of mutinying to the other tribe. The other has nothing. Nora chooses the bottle with the clue and the options. She decides not to mutiny. Okay. On the Sobre tribe, Cassidy and Ken have a small fight, but it has a lasting impact, and now they still have an alliance together, though, with Janet, Jesse, and Sammy. So their 43 alliance expands to include Ken from Millennials vs. Gen X and Janet. Haley works hard at camp and gets tired. Jay finds the idol at the Vivente tribe. Chrissy and Jamie bond slightly. Jay and Natalie have a small fight, and the Black Widow victims are going to expand to add Jamie, Jay, and Shane Powers. So, interesting there for sure. And at the Sobre tribe, we're going to go to tribal. Let's see what's happening here. Anybody has a hidden immunity idol, they like to play it. Now's the time to do so. Nobody stands up. And here we go with the votes. Matt, Haley. First person voted out, tied 3-3. Haley, three votes against Matt, 4 to Haley. Haley, the tribe has spoken. Let's see what happened here with these. I need to turn on the reasoning and targets. I don't know why that didn't turn on. Cassidy voted for Haley, along with Jesse, of course, Matt and Sammy, and then Ken, Janet, and Haley. That alliance that was formed looks a little shaky. Don't know about that. Sobre tribe down to 6. Vivente still with 8, and we'll move forward. This alliance is odd. Yeah, they voted kind of all over the place. And on the Vivente tribe, nothing much going on yet. In the reward challenge, we have got blind leading the blind, where you're blindfolded through mazes. You're going to get raise your flags. The Sobre tribe wins. They get a tarp, an umbrella, folding chairs, pillows, blankets, and a hammock. And they send Natalie to Exile Island, and then Natalie is going to pick Matt to go with her to Exile Island. On Exile Island, they're on Exile 2 urns, one with an idle clue, one with the option of mutinying. Matt chooses the bottle with the clue and the options, and Matt is going to mutiny to the Vivente tribe. Wow, okay. At the immunity challenge, though, the 5 still win either way. Pairs, they race across the field to retrieve large crates in the colors. Once all 6 are retrieved, the tribes have to stack the crates in the staircase. First to complete it and get it to the top wins, and Sobre wins. Nothing much going on there, although Cassidy is going to leave the large alliance of the Sobre tribe. At Vivente, let's see what happens. Eric and Natalie have a minor disagreement. It has a lasting impact. That makes sense. And then Shane Powers is going to leave this alliance of Eric, Jamie, James, and Jay. Lots of J's. Jamie, James, Jay. Shane just, his name doesn't fit in that group. All right, let's see what happens. At the Vivente tribe, Jay has an idol, and he is apparently going to use it, so no votes cast against Jay are going to count. I meant to turn on targeting, and I forgot to do it. I need to do it before the next episode gets kicked off. Let's see what happens. It's a vote for Chrissy, Nora. 3 votes left. Nora is voted out 6-3. Nora, who did so well in Island of the Idols, made it very far, I should say. Eric voted for Chrissy, James for Chrissy, and Nora for Chrissy. Meanwhile, Nora, that was one I was not expecting out so soon, but that's how it goes, I suppose. Down to 5-8 here. Matt mutinying over. That was unexpected. Let's turn these on so that we can see the targeting system. All right. 2 alliances still. Cassidy in this alliance, and then Jesse and Sammy have this alliance with Janet and Kim that's still kind of brewing. And then on the Vivente tribe, the Black Widow victims are so strong together. And then meanwhile, Eric is also leading this alliance here. It's pretty interesting. Shoulder the load. 2 men and 1 woman for each tribe have a pole across their shoulders, and it's got weight added to it time after time. And then the Sobre tribe wins. Again, Cassidy, Janet, Jesse, Ken, and Sammy win reward. They get a tribe raid, and then they send Natalie back to Exile. Natalie's going to pick Cassidy to come with her this time. Let's see what happens. Natalie and Cassidy are on Exile. They're 2 urns. One has a clue, the other option mutinying. Natalie chooses the bottle, and she shares the clue, and she's going to mutiny. So Natalie is going to come to the Sobre tribe. Triangle. You race along a path to receive a puzzle piece. Each piece is large with letters. Okay, so you have to put them in their correct spot in the frame to make a scrambled phrase. And the Vivente tribe is going to win immunity. They're not going to tribal. At Sobre, Janet and Jesse found something in common with a lasting impact, and then have a small fight. So that's kind of curious. They're bouncing all over with each other. Not sure how that goes. Cassidy decides to no longer be aligned with the guys from her season. Natalie's completely worn out. She's not going to give up, though. Cassidy's targeting Ken. She sees him as a challenge liability. Ken, targeting Natalie, sees her as somewhat weak. Jesse and Sammy are going to target Natalie. The larger alliance targeting Natalie as well. The Sobre Alliance 1 is considering splitting the votes between Natalie and Cassidy. That's going to be interesting because, Cassidy left the alliance of Jesse and Sammy. It looks like it could be either of these two. We'll see what happens. On the Vivente tribe, Shane has a major meltdown. Probably, I'm going to assume it's another nicotine withdrawal type situation. God love him. And then James and Shane bond slightly. All right, and it's time to vote. And Jesse's not going to play his idol. So vote for Cassidy, Natalie, Cassidy, Natalie, Cassidy, Natalie. 3-3. I'm curious what that means. We'll probably go to a revote. A tie and a revote. Those in the tie are not going to revote unless... Okay, so neither Natalie or Cassidy are going to vote. We'll go to the revote. Natalie, and Natalie Bolton is out unanimously on the revote. Let's take a look here. So Janet flipped to Natalie. Jesse flipped to Natalie. Yeah, okay, so it was the vote split is what happened. Janet and Jesse both voted for Cassidy and then flipped to Natalie. There you go. And here we are at episode 5, down to 12 remaining. Cassidy, Janet, Jesse, Ken, and Sammy on the Sobre tribe. Vivente, they have got 7 still as we move to the Sobre tribe, where we noticed that their loyalty here, Jesse and Sammy, is growing growing slightly. Ken and Sammy are getting to be pretty close, though, as well. 8 strength for the Black Widow victims there, and then Eric and Jay are starting to get close in that alliance as well. At the reward challenge, Sobre wins again, and they get a trip to a cafe. They get coffee, water, pastries, cookies, muffins, and a toilet with toilet paper. Are you kidding me? They're going to send one player to Exile. They choose Shane Powers to go to Exile, and then Shane is going to pick Ken to come with them to Exile. Let's see. On Exile, 2 urns. Shane gets the bottle with the clue and options, and Shane's not going to mutiny. He's going to stick around on Vivente. At the immunity challenge, though, Sobre wins again with Water Mortar. 2 tribe mates from each tribe alternate launching balls from a slingshot. The remaining 4 have to catch it with handheld nets. You score a point. First to score 5 wins, and the Sobre tribe is going to do it. Janet is going to leave the Sobre alliance, so it looks like it's a boys club there on the Sobre tribe. On Vivente, James and Matt disagree. Eric's impressing the rest of the team. Chrissy and Jay have a major fight. Lots going on Vivente. Shane targeting Jamie considers her somewhat weak. Chrissy targeting James considers him somewhat weak. Jay is targeting Chrissy, has a slightly negative opinion about her, considers her a little weak. Of course, that major fight coming to play there. James is targeting Matt. Jamie is targeting Shane. She does not like Shane. James and Eric want to vote out Matt. The larger alliance wants to vote out Matt. So it could be really any of these. Shane, Chrissy, and Matt. All right. Vote for Shane. Vote for Matt. Another for Matt. Another for Matt. And Matt is voted out 6-1. Poor Matt from Survivor 44 voted out. He put the vote on Shane. All right. Down to 11 left, episode 6. Another bunch going on here. The boys are still tightly aligned at Sobre and Vivente. Big, tight alliance with these 2 guys who played together in Micronesia. Their alliance is growing, though, there. All right. When pigs fly, build a barricade of poles tied together. Toss ceramic pigs, tribe mate to tribe mate. Yeah, that's a tough challenge. Good challenge, though. And Sobre wins again. They get to go to a waterfall with a barbecue and hamburgers. They send Chrissy to Exile. Chrissy is going to pick Cassidy to come with her to Exile Island. When they're there, Chrissy chooses the bottle with the clue. Chrissy is going to mutiny to the Sobre tribe. That's going to be really interesting. And then they win immunity now 3-3. 3 women, 3 men. Each tribe uses a slingshot to shoot out a tile in 3 towers full of sand. After a tile is broken, the sand is released, which causes puzzle pieces to fall, and the puzzle assembly is at the end. So, at the Sobre tribe, everything's pretty chill. James impressing the rest of the team of Vivente, and then targeting. Jamie and Shane are targeting each other. They consider each other to be challenge liabilities. The Black Widows are going to try to vote out Shane, and it looks like Shane is also the target of this big Vivente alliance. And it doesn't look good for Shane. No. Shane Powers voted out 5th. The tribe has spoken. Too bad for Shane. He's always fun to watch. Yep. Okay. Then we move forward. Episode 7, and it is time for the merge. Merging at 10 to the Vita tribe. Cassidy's still alive. Chrissy's still alive. Eric, Jamie, James, Janet, Jay, Jesse, Ken, and Sammy still alive in the game as we move to the individual portion of the game. Jesse still has the Hidden Immunity Tribe idol. Let's see. 7 loyalty between the guys that played on 43. These 2 Black Widow victims are very strong. The Boys Alliance from Sobre, still pretty strong. And then the Viviente Alliance, Eric and Jay have gotten to be very strong. And they're pretty close with Jamie, too. Well, let's see. All right, in immunity, let's see. Eric is going to win individual immunity at Get a Grip. You have to hang on to a pole as long as you can. Eric wins. That's a good one. He toughs it out. Eric is going to be immune at the first tribal. Chrissy and James bond slightly. Jay and Ken bond slightly. Now, they played together in Millennials and Gen X. Chrissy and Ken find something uncommon. Sammy works hard at camp and becomes tired. So, Lots going on now that we're merged. Some cross tribal things. Chrissy and James bonding after being together on Vivente is pretty interesting. Let's see. Individually, James is targeting Ken, has a slightly negative opinion about him. Jay strongly dislikes Chrissy. He's targeting Chrissy after their blow up earlier. Likewise, there. The groups, 43 guys want to vote out Janet now that she's not really helping him anymore. Black Widow guys want to vote out Ken. The Boys Alliance from Sobre wants Janet. This alliance wants Ken. So it looks like it's going to be, it could be either of these. All right. Jesse has the idol. Eric has the necklace. Time to vote. Nobody stands. And it's time for the votes. That's one for Ken. Janet. Ken. Janet, 4 left. Ken. Janet. 1 vote left. And Ken is voted out. Ken is going to be the 6th person voted out. Ken goes home at 10. Let's see. Who voted Janet? Chrissy, Jesse, and Sammy, and Ken. Okay, so the Boys Alliance from Sobre, along with Chrissy, ironically. Okay, so it's pretty interesting. We'll see what happens there as we go forward. Jesse still has the Sobre idol. The Vita idol is not currently hidden. You know the alliances are all still pretty strong. Moving to reward, rock block, three teams of 3, a row of 8 team-colored ceramic tiles. Playing in rounds, one member throws a metal ball at the other two's team to break them, so the last team with a tile intact wins. Cassidy, Jamie, and Jesse. Chrissy, Eric, and Sammy. James, Janet, and Jay. And then Chrissy, Eric, and Sammy are going to win a reward. They win a whitewater rafting trip down a Brazilian river, picnic of sandwiches, chicken wings, brownies, watermelon, and potato chips. They're going to send somebody to Exile Island as well. They're going to send Jesse to Exile Island. Okay. Interesting that Sammy picks Jesse, or is influential in sending his ally to Exile. And Jesse gets a clue to the hidden immunity idol while he's there. In the immunity challenge, it's going to be Janet that wins immunity in Rope-a-Dope. You have to... yeah, okay. Rope is wound through all the obstacles. You have to climb over, under, around. First 3 to finish, move on. Next round is the same with an obstacle that's high. Janet gets the win. At the Vita tribe, Janet and Jay are going to bond. And then we've got a new alliance forming with Jesse and Sammy bringing in Cassidy from their tribe as well as Janet. I like that a lot. Sammy is targeting Jay. Jay is targeting Sammy. Cassidy targeting James. Janet targeting Eric. Okay, we are going to have a big trouble right here. Chrissy, for some reason, Jay and Sammy are the targets here. Jesse's got an idol. Janet has the necklace. Nobody's going to stand up with idols. Here we go with the votes. Sammy, Jay, Sammy, Jay, Sammy, Jay. 3 votes left. Sammy, Jay. 1 vote left. Who's going to go home? 7th person voted out. First member of the jury is going to be Jay Starrett. Jay, the tribe has spoken. 5-4. Got to take a look at this. So Cassidy, Chrissy, Janet, Jesse, and Sammy. And then on the outs you had Jay, James, Jamie, and Eric, of course. Eric, Jamie, and James. With Jay for a very long time, their ally gets voted out. As we move on to episode 9. 8 left in the game. Jesse still has the tribal idol. Let's see. Interesting that Jesse's not as loyal to Sammy anymore. These guys still very loyal. That's interesting. All right, reward challenge. We got 4 and 4. Cassidy, Jamie, Janet, and Jesse. Chrissy, Eric, James, and Sammy. This team wins. They're going to send somebody to Exile. They send Janet to Exile Island. They get a trip to a local village for a feast and a demonstration of capoeira. Janet is on Exile. There's a clue to the hidden immunity idol. At immunity, Eric is going to pick up his 2nd individual immunity win during the Tocantins Shuffle. 3 pucks. They slide it closer to the target. If any of the contestants didn't want to participate, they'd get to eat pizza for the duration of the challenge. Wish we knew who didn't participate. Let's see. Jesse has an idol. James and Jesse bond. Jamie and Jesse find something in common. Jamie completely worn out, but she's not giving up. Eric targeting Janet. James targeting Sammy. Strongly dislikes Sammy. Probably from the J thing there. These guys are targeting James. These guys targeting Sammy. The Vivente tribe, what's left of them, they're wanting to target Janet and then Jamie. So it's kind of up in the air again. All right, Jesse has the tribe idol. Eric has the immunity necklace, and as you see right here, Jesse is going to use the hidden immunity idol on Sammy. And so I'm going to take notes on that. Sammy by Jesse. All right, vote time. Sammy does not count. Sammy does not count. Sammy does not count. 3 votes. James, Janet. So it looks like we're going to have 3 blocked. And then who's going to be the second member of the jury, James or Janet? It's going to be James. James is going home. That's awful. Would have tied Sammy and James. Jesse saves his ally. It's going to be Cassidy, Jesse, and Sammy. 43 vote together. Let's see. And then the Sammy votes for Eric, James, and Janet. That is too bad. And then Janet had votes from Chrissy and Jamie. Those two seem to be kind of out of the loop a little bit as we move on to episode 10. At Vita, Eric finds the tribe idol. So Eric finds the the merge idol. Pretty interesting. Eric's main ally out of the game now, so that he couldn't have come at a better time from him. At the reward challenge, Jesse wins the reward. You fill out a questionnaire about the tribe in private, then you tally the results. This is where this is a fun challenge where you guess whose name was written most often, and when you get the right answer, you get to chop a rope. After the ropes are all smashed, the person who's left wins. Jesse shares reward with Sammy and Cassie, who he was in 43 with. They get a natural spring and a home-cooked Brazilian feast. Jesse also sends Eric to Exile Island. On Exile, Eric gets a clue to the hidden immunity idol, which, if it's the one at camp, I believe he already has it. And then at immunity, Eric is going to continue to go on his roll, his 3rd individual immunity. Tosses a grappling hook to retrieve bags, and then puts all their bags you finish a labyrinth there. Okay, we've got a new alliance between Cassidy, Chrissy, and Eric. Jesse works hard at camp and becomes tired. Jamie is targeting Janet, Eric targeting Sammy, Cassidy targeting Jamie. The 43 guys are wanting to target Chrissy, Eric, and Jamie are wanting to target Janet. This larger group wants to target Chrissy. This group wants to target Sammy. It's interesting that Cassidy is both working with... Yeah, that's just interesting. She's now going against Sammy after working there. So Eric has the necklace and the idol, and Eric is going to play the hidden immunity idol on Chrissy. Okay, so we're going to track by Eric. See what happens here. Eric is going to use the idol on Chrissy. First vote, Chrissy does not count. Chrissy does not count. Chrissy does not count. Chrissy does not count. 4 votes blocked. Sammy, Janet, and Janet is going to be going home. 2 votes to her name. 4 for Chrissy were canceled. That is intense that Janet's going home on a 4 blocked 2-1. See what happened there. Yep. Okay. Eric and Jamie voted for Janet. Chrissy for Sammy. So they split votes, and then... Oh, that's tough. That is tough. Down to 6 as we move to episode 11. These guys are still staying strong. Eric and Jamie aligned pretty tightly. This alliance with Cassidy, but Cassidy's playing both sides here with Eric and Chrissy as well as Jesse and Sammy. The Survivor auction. Here we go. Let's see. Chrissy wins a bowl of French fries. Cassidy wins chicken parmesan and garlic bread with a glass of red wine. Sammy wins a bowl of nachos. Cassidy wins a skewer of chicken hearts. That's too bad. Eric wins a video message from home and is going to be joined at camp by a loved one. If he chooses to go to Exile Island with his loved one, everyone's loved one is going to be at camp, so Eric is going to go to Exile Island. On Exile, he finds a clue to a hidden immunity idol. At the immunity challenge, though, we're going to have Sammy win his first individual immunity of the season. Crows through an obstacle course, digging under a log, crossing a balance beam under ropes. Then you have to run to a field where you memorize the symbols, go back, and then put them in order to solve an equation. At Vee Towery, Jesse finds the idol and is impressing the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Cassie is going to leave this alliance with Chrissy and Eric. Eric rests to restore energy. Sammy and Eric targeting each other. Jesse is negative about Chrissy. Pretty straightforward here, guys. Looks like it's going to be Cassidy or Chrissy, but now this alliance of the 43 people are loosely targeting Eric as well. And if Eric does not... Eric didn't win immunity, and he's won 3 so far, so we'll see what happens there. All right, and Jesse is going to use an idol on Cassidy. So that's the second idol Jesse has used on one of his allies. So we go to the votes. Cassidy does not count. Cassidy does not count. Cassidy does not count. Chrissy. Eric, 1 vote left. Chrissy. So Chrissy Hoffbeck is voted out. 3 votes were blocked by Jesse again. And that would have been a 3-2-1 had not been for the idol play. Let's take a look at the votes here. Cassidy for Eric. Jesse and Sammy for Chrissy, so they split votes again with the idol play, just in case one of these guys had an idol. And that is going to take us to the final 5 and episode 12. Immunity idol is hidden. We've got some Cassidy aligned with the boys. The boys are still tightly aligned. Eric is aligned with Jamie. Reward challenge, blind to reason. Sammy is going to win the reward and shares it with Jesse. They win an overnight trip to the governor's retreat where the castaways have a bed to sleep in, take a shower, and eat at a traditional Brazilian barbecue. Sammy's also going to send Eric to Exile Island. Eric finds a clue to the hidden immunity idol. But at the immunity challenge, we're going to see Jesse win immunity in Chimney Sweep. Brace yourself with arms between 2 walls, standing barefoot on bare pegs. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And Jesse pulls it out to win immunity. Cassidy leaves this alliance again, so it looks like we're going to have Cassidy in the middle again. Sammy is targeting Eric. Eric is targeting Sammy. These guys want to target Eric. They want to target Sammy. It's going to be one of these two, and Cassidy is in the middle again. Eric, Sammy, Eric, and who is going to be the 5th member of the jury? It's going to be Eric Reichenbach. Tough way for him to go. Eric cut down, and Cassidy, even though she left the alliance, still voted with her people from season 43. And we are down to 4, moving into the finale, part 1. Cassidy Clark, Jamie Lynn Reese, Jesse Lopez, Sammy Leotti, and here we go. No secret advantages. These two are still loyal to one another. Immunity challenge is called Tarantula. Jesse wins his 2nd straight immunity challenge. Race through a series of rope tunnels in the shape of a tarantula to 3 stations to receive puzzle pieces. Gets a web-shaped puzzle. Jesse is going to win. At the Vee Towery, Jamie and Jesse have a small fight. Cassidy jumps back into this alliance. Jamie's worn out, but she's not giving up. It looks like it's going to be... It looks like it should be pretty straightforward. So the Survivor 43 people are going to roll through to the finale, I would assume. Jesse has the necklace, and it's going to be a vote for Jamie, Sammy, Jamie. And Jamie goes to the jury as the 6th member. Yep, that one made a lot of sense. Down to 3. And at the finale, part 2, we've got 3 left. Cassidy Clark, Jesse Lopez, Sammy Leotti. As we go to the immunity challenge, Simotion, classic challenge, and Jesse is going to pull it out, his 3rd individual immunity challenge. Ball travels down a spiraling metal track and exits out 1 of 2 points. Cassidy has to catch the ball. You've seen Simotion, you know how it goes. Great challenge. Cassidy's left this alliance so many times. Works hard at camp and becomes tired. Sammy is targeting Cassie. It looks like Cassidy's going to probably be the final juror here, and she is. So Jesse makes the vote. It's going to be Cassidy going home. And final tribal. It's going to be these two that have been aligned through the whole game. Jesse and Sammy facing the jury. They are going to face Cassidy, Chrissy, Eric, Jamie, James, Janet, and Jay as we move forward. For the winner to be revealed. Who's going to be the first one going to the finals of the Survival of the Fittest tournament? Sammy, Jesse, Sammy, Jesse, Jesse. Jesse is the winner. Jesse, way to go, man. 5-2. Jesse is the winner. Cassidy for Jesse, Chrissy for Jesse, Eric for Jesse. Jamie voted for Sammy, Janet for Sammy. Matt wins the fan favorite award. Way to go, Matt. He was a pretty lovable fella. Jesse Lopez is going to take it home. Jesse, the first winner of a Survival of the Fittest tournament season, you could say. Jesse's going on. A couple of pretty wild votes. Three correct idle plays back to back to back. James voted out. Janet voted out. Chrissy voted out on idle plays. Combined 10 votes were blocked there. A medevac kind of randomly number 1 for Gabby. Matt wins the fan favorite award. Pretty fun. The 3 Survivor 43 people go to the very end. I thought that was pretty interesting. Very, very neat stuff. Jesse and Sammy together the whole time. Cassidy was with them and not with them. Flipped in and out all game long. That's just very interesting stuff there. Take a look at some stats, as you know we love to do. Eric won 5 challenges. Jesse won 4. Sammy won 4. Immunities, Jesse and Eric both won 3. Sammy won the most rewards. Jesse found 2 idols. Eric found 1. Jay found 1. The most strategic was Jesse, and then Cassidy, and then Shane, it says. Gabby and Jesse didn't receive a vote the entire game. That's absolutely ridiculous. James only received 3. Jamie, Haley, Eric only received 4. Sammy took 11 votes through the season. He got banged up pretty bad. So there you have it. Okay, guys. Survival of the Fittest. The first winner is going to be Jesse. Jesse is going on to the final season. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're excited to see some more of your favorite Survivor players play in to see who makes the final tournament, comment down below. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later.